Hello and welcome to our look at the cruise port of Verdon-sur-Mer in France. Europe is home to some of the world's very best cruise ports, but is also home to some of its worst. And sadly, the port of Verdon is one of the latter. But is Verdon-sur-Mer Europe's worst cruise port? Possibly. It is often said our port has nothing at it when things are limited, but the port of Verdon literally has nothing there. There are no buildings, no facilities, and nowhere for visitors to go. So just why do cruise ships call in there? The simple answer is to offer overly expensive excursions to the city of Bordeaux and to the vineyards and wineries that are found throughout the Gironde region of southwest France. As ever, don't forget to like and subscribe, and why not leave a comment below and tell us about your thoughts on Verdon-sur-Mer as a cruise port. My name is Darren, and this is our guide to the cruise port of Verdon. The port of Verdon sits in the entry to the Gironde estuary, which is where the Gironde River and tributaries meet the Atlantic Ocean. It is around 64 miles from the port to the city of Bordeaux that so many cruise lines build the port has been, with no way to get to the city on your own. Verdon is to the south of La Rochelle and to the north of the Spanish border and the ports of San Sebastian and Bilbao, all of which are much better options for those wanting to visit the region. The port itself, such as it is around a 25-minute walk from the small town of Verdon-sur-Mer, with nothing other than scrubland in between. The remoteness of the port means that there are no taxis, buses, trains or other modes of transport for those wanting to explore on their own. That leaves visitors either staying on board a ship, heading on an excursion, or having to go on a long walk with little return on your effort. For those wanting to visit the port, you will have to start your cruise from a turnaround port in the region, as this is only a port of call. On the plus side is the fact that the port sits close to the Bay of Biscay and on the main route between the north of Europe and the Mediterranean, and that means there are plenty of ships sailing in the region. On the negative side, only a handful of ships do actually call into the port, with many choosing to visit the nearby ports that have something more to offer visitors. If you want to visit the port of Verdon, it is not only possible to set sail from the UK, but it is likely that you will need to set sail from these shores. As is so often the case, the chances are that the cruise ship setting sail from the UK to Verdon will depart from the port of Southampton. There are no attractions in Verdon, with the only thing on offer being the views from your ship. To one side is concrete and scrubland, while the other side has relaxing views over the Gironde estuary. This is the real reason why some ships call in there, and that is to sell excursions. Unfortunately, with cruisers having no option but to pay over the top to explore the region with the ship, or stay on board. If you do want to spend the day on shore, your options are quite limited, with only trips to the city of Bordeaux or to one of the many wineries in the region offered, although it can be possible to do both on the same excursion. When we visited the port, shuttle buses to the nearby Lac-sur-Mer were offered for a return price of $20 for a 10-minute journey. Aside from a paid shuttle bus that may or may not be offered when you visit, there is no transport to or from the port. The main cruising season in Europe is between April and October, and while ships do sail the region all year round, it is best to pick between these months. With that said, for a port such as Verdon, you are limited to whenever a ship calls in there, as there are only a few itineraries each year that visits Verdon. So all that remains to be said is thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed our look at the port of Verdon-sur-Mer, and see you next time.